I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the mayor of Casa Grande and the 1982 graduate of Casa Grande Union High School, Lisa Navarro Fitzgibbons.
All right, guys, right, Cougars. All right, how's everyone doing tonight? Good. Well, thank you. I know the pictures are a little funny here, so back in the day. So, but again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2026 State of the City. We are celebrating our past, present, and possibilities. And if the energy in the room is any indication, the future is bright. So tonight feels less than a formal address, but more like a community pep rally. And I want to first thank our students who participated this evening. Our very talented Casa Grande Union Jazz Band was outside this evening, so let's give them a round of applause. The very distinguished JROTC Color Guard for leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance. And the Cougar Spirit Line, who earned first place at the Arizona State Cheerleading and Pom Tournament last month. So way to go. And again, to all of you who are here in attendance and came out to support this great city, you remind us that leadership is not just about policy, it's about pride, teamwork, and heart. I also want to take this time to introduce my colleagues on the City Council, all who have coincidentally attended Casa Grande Union High School. First, Vice Mayor Brent Badillon, class of 1986. All right. Councilmember Matt Herman, class of 1994. Thanks, Matt. Councilmember Bob Huddleston, class of 1976. All right, Bob. Councilmember Anthony Edwards, class of 1984. And Councilmember Becca Romo, that graduated in 1995. Oh, I missed Sean. Sorry about that. How did I almost miss Sean? Sean Dugan, class of 1994. All right, Sean. Sorry about that. That's right. This city council was built by Cougars. Right. So thank you, guys. There's something special about leaders who grew up here, went to school here, and chose to serve here. It speaks to commitment, it speaks to connection, and it speaks to community. I also want to take this time to recognize all of our volunteers, our boards and commission members, including the Youth Commission. The Leadership Academy participants are here today. So if I can take the time and have all of those people please rise so we can congratulate you and thank you for your service. Thank you. Thank you for your long hours and your paychecks that you get, right, from this city. So we appreciate everything. But also on behalf of the City Council and myself, we just want to thank our dedicated staff. You know, this is all about a team, and we are a growing city, and there's so many moving parts that are part of running this city. And so we just want to take this time, and if we can have all the city staff, you know, rise so we can recognize them. Thank you. I hope you were able to meet them out in the lobby. So please thank our city staff. Thank you, everyone. To our city manager, Larry Raines, our amazing public information team for putting this event along with everyone else. We are just truly grateful for your service and your commitment to the city of Casa Grande. So thank you. Let's see. As far as elected officials, we are happy to have several elected officials that are joining us this evening from other cities, and so I just wanted to take this time to have them please rise and be recognized. We first have Nancy Smith from the city of Maricopa, Kevin Hartke from Chandler, the mayor of Chandler. Let's see, Kathy Adam, Florence Vice Mayor. I don't know if Kathy was here. Joanne Galindo from Eloy City Council. Michael Pinero, Congressman Juan Ciscomani's office. Blanca Cornejo from Governor Katie Hobbs' office. Andy Sutton, the mayor of Eloy. And also thank you to our two superintendents, Jeff Lavender and Adam Leckie from the high school and elementary school district. We thank you all for your leadership and service. And finally, I wanted to thank my family. My husband Dennis is here this evening. My daughters Ashley and Molly and their husband Alex and Travis, and my 2 grandsons and 1 more on the way. My other daughter lives in Texas. But serving is more than, it's a family commitment. And I just want to thank all of you for your constant support as a team, because this is an effort at home too. And to my sisters that are here, and my nieces, and my dad, just thank you for all of your support and love. Thank you. Okay, I think we're good. So again, thank you for our council for being here this evening in our jerseys. So I stand here before you to give our annual update, a report card, if you will, on the city's progress, challenges, and roadmap for the future. It's a time to celebrate achievements, acknowledge obstacles, and set our collective sights on what comes next. This year, the framework is simple. Our past laid the foundation for who we are. Our present reflects a city guided by service and community pride, and our possibilities are defined by the choices we make today. Tonight, we honor where we've been, we assess where we stand, and we look forward together to where we're going. Every city evolves. Casa Grande is no exception. Growth is not something that simply happens to us. It is something we must guide with intention, because growth without direction does not create progress. It creates pressure. And progress requires vision, discipline, and partnership with the people we serve. Casa Grande did not arrive at this moment by accident. Our community was built through steady leadership, sound fiscal management, and long-term planning. We invested in infrastructure that works when families need it most. We prioritized public safety so residents can feel secure in their homes and neighborhoods. And we made responsible financial decisions that positioned us for stability today. But the present demands focus. Growth brings opportunity, but it also brings expectations. Residents expect services to keep pace. Businesses expect reliable infrastructure and strong partnerships, and families expect neighborhoods that remain safe and welcoming. Meeting those expectations require more than reacting to change. It requires a clear roadmap. That's why this month, the City Council and I will approve Casa Grande's 5-year strategic plan. This plan serves as the framework for our decisions, investments, and priorities. It connects daily operations to long-term outcomes residents can see and experience. It establishes measurable goals so we can track progress transparently. And it reinforces our commitment to discipline, forward-thinking leadership. The plan is built around 5 focus areas. First, infrastructure and expansion. Roads, water system, public facilities, and transportation networks are the backbone of a functioning city. Our responsibility is twofold: maintain what we have and build capacity for what's coming. Strategic infrastructure planning ensures growth, strengthens our community rather than straining it. Second, public safety. Safety remains one of our highest priorities. As our population grows, so must our ability to serve. Whether that means facilities, staffing, equipment, or technology, that improves response times. Our goal is clear. Residents should feel safe in every corner of Casa Grande. Third, economic vitality. A strong local economy supports every household. We are positioning Casa Grande for sustainable growth by supporting business expansion, diversifying our economic base, and aligning workforce development with emerging industries. Fourth, good governance. Residents deserve transparency, efficiency, and fiscal responsibility. Good governance means data-driven decisions, careful stewardship of taxpayer dollars, and maintaining a strong voice when state-level decisions impact our community. And fifth, community enhancement. Quality of life defines residents' experience, how they experience their city every day. Parks, recreation, neighborhood improvements, and public amenities create pride and strengthen connection. These investments ensure Casa Grande remains not just a growing city, but a thriving one. But a strategic plan only succeeds when it reflects the values of the people it serves. That is where community engagement becomes essential. Today's residents expect more than updates. They expect transparency, they expect access, and most importantly, they expect a voice in decisions that shape their daily lives. That's why we developed a community engagement plan, not as a communication strategy, but as a governing philosophy. It is built on 4 commitments: communicate clearly, invite participation, build trust, and be intentionally inclusive, ensuring every resident feels their voice matters. To support this approach, we launched our digital engagement hub, Engage Casa Grande. This platform allows residents to explore projects, complete surveys, track bond initiatives, and see how their input influences our decisions. Transparency builds understanding, understanding builds participation, participation builds trust, and participation is growing. Since January of 2025, we have issued more than 169 real-time CG alerts to keep residents informed. Our social media platforms now reached over 416,000 monthly views, a significant increase from last year. Website traffic surpassed 1.3 million visits in 2025, demonstrating strong engagement with everyday services like bill pay, park reservations, and animal services. But engagement cannot exist online alone. Last year, we hosted 2 community open houses that created space for meaningful dialogue between residents, the City Council, and our staff. The conversations were thoughtful, constructive, and productive. Those voices directly influence the fiscal year 2026 budget and help shape our strategic plan. We will continue those conversations this year, beginning in April with a public safety open house. If residents have questions about response times, facilities, neighborhood concerns, or technology use, we want them there. Engagement works when it is accessible and ongoing. We have also expanded communication tools. Residents can use daily See, Click, Fix for reporting concerns like potholes and graffiti, online police reporting for minor incidents, and customizable CG alerts so residents can choose how they receive their updates. Because engagement shaped our past, it informs our decisions today, and it will guide our investment moving forward. Community voices do not slow progress, they strengthen it. That is why each year we will choose members of our community whose long-standing commitment, leadership, and service have made a lasting impact. The inaugural Hometown Legacy Award is a distinguished recognition honoring individuals who have invested their time, talent, and hearts into strengthening our city through civic engagement, business leadership, volunteerism, cultural contributions, and community advocacy. The Hometown Legacy Award recognizes individuals whose efforts have shaped the character and future of our hometown. As we continue to reflect on the strength and promise of our great city, it is my distinct honor to recognize one of our own, a young man who represents the very best of who we are, Jesus Mano Ramos Jr. Born and raised right here in Casa Grande, Mano grew up in a family where hard work, discipline, and heart were more than values. They were a way of life. In the heart of our downtown stands a Ramos Gym, a place that has become a cornerstone of our community. Inside those walls, dreams are forged through sweat, sacrifice, and unwavering belief. Jesus was guided every step of the way by his father, Jesus Sr., his trainer, his mentor, and his biggest supporter. Stand up. He also carries forward a proud family legacy alongside his uncle, Abel Ramos, whose own professional boxing career helped inspire the next generation. In the Ramos family, boxing is more than a sport. It's a bond that unites them and a legacy that continues to grow. A proud graduate of Vista Grande High School, class of 2019, Mano embraced the world of professional boxing before donning his cap and gown. He quickly made a name for himself by winning an impressive 9 fights before he graduated from high school, an early signal to the boxing world that something special was happening in Casa Grande. Then, on December 6th, on a night our community will never forget, Mano reached the pinnacle of his sport. He defeated Shane Mosley Jr. to become the world champion in the light middleweight division at 154 pounds. With a remarkable professional record of 24 wins and just 1 loss, he has earned the respect of fans and fighters around the globe. And while some may debate that lone loss, what cannot be debated is his heart, his grit, and his championship character. But what makes us most proud is not only the titles he holds, it's the way he carries himself. As a world champion, Jesus carries the pride of Casa Grande into every arena. He understands that he represents more than himself. He represents a community that believes in hard work and resilience. He gives back, he signs autographs, he poses for photos, and takes time with young people who see in him what is possible in their own lives. As he approaches his birthday, his 25th birthday on March 7th, early birthday here, the excitement here at home is undeniable. We know this is only the beginning. More fights will come, more titles will be earned, and through it all, Casa Grande will stand proudly behind him. Jesus, you are more than a champion in the ring. You are a champion of our city. You're a beacon of hope and optimism for our youth. You remind us that no dream is too big when it's backed by discipline, family, and faith. So on behalf of the city of Casa Grande, we thank you, we celebrate you, and we cannot wait to watch you continue to rise. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in presenting the key to the city to our hometown hero, world champion, Jesus Mano Ramos Jr. Let's go right here. All right.
You caught me by surprise.
All right, Jesus. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. We have a nice certificate for him here too, so. But now to more serious, subject here, infrastructure. I know, we had to have the exciting thing before the infrastructure, but infrastructure is not always the most visible function of city government. It is rarely ceremonial, it's not glamorous, but it's foundational. Roads determine how efficiently we move. Water systems determine how sustainably we grow, and connectivity, whether highways, neighborhood streets, or trails, determines how seamlessly our community functions day to day. Join me in watching Vice Mayor Brent Badillon and Councilmember Sean Dugan as they provide additional details about our infrastructure priorities.
In the past, roadway improvement projects often came with long timelines and extended construction impacts on neighborhoods and businesses. While those projects were necessary, they also showed us where we could improve. Today, we are applying those lessons by delivering projects more efficiently. The city is using alternative project delivery methods that focus on best value rather than just the lowest bid. These include design build, construction manager at risk, and job order contracting. We are also planning more strategically. By coordinating utilities earlier, securing right-of-way sooner, and carefully phasing construction, we are reducing delays and limiting disruption for residents. One example is the intersection of Trekell Road and McCartney Road, where the full intersection build-out was completed ahead of future widening. This approach saved time and money and avoids the need for repeated construction. Job order contracting allowed the city to deliver the Rapid Response Program, including Pinal Avenue at Courtson Road and Rodeo Road, and Florence Boulevard at Peart Road. This method allowed improvements to move forward quickly while avoiding lengthy design processes. As part of our traffic strategy, we are using the right solutions in the right locations. Roundabouts are one effective option, improving the safety by reducing conflict points and slowing traffic while maintaining flow. Casa Grande currently has a roundabout at Jimmy Kerr Boulevard with another in design at Ash Avenue. In other corridors, coordinated intersections using data and detection technology to optimize traffic flow remain a priority. Most projects planned for 2026 will continue to use these accelerated delivery methods. This means projects completed sooner with fewer construction impacts. The path forward includes safer streets, smoother travel, and infrastructure that keeps pace with Casa Grande's growth. By accelerating projects, coordinating better with developers and utility companies, and choosing solutions that deliver long-term value, we are building a city that works better for residents today and one that is prepared for the future.
Water has always shaped Casa Grande's past, from our agriculture roots to the growth of our community. Because water is one of our most valuable resources, the city has long focused on using it responsibly, which is why we're developing an effluent allocation strategy. Effluent, also known as reclaimed or recycled water, is treated wastewater that can be safely reused instead of just being discharged or wasted. This water is a valuable resource because of its reliable, cost-effective, and it plays an important role in extending our groundwater supplies. The City of Casa Grande's water reclamation facility is equipped to process and treat up to 18 million gallons per day of A+ effluent. By making smart use of the reclaimed water, we can reduce pressure on our water resources while still meeting the needs of our community. Within the Advanced Designation of Assured Water Supply, or ADAS program, treated effluent is especially important. It is considered a key resource because it's a flexible, renewable water supply. Under a state-regulated program, treated effluent can be credited toward meeting the legal requirements and demonstrating a 100-year assured water supply, which is essential for responsible long-term growth. Treated effluent also supports a wide range of uses. It can contribute to both direct and indirect potable reuse, and it plays a major role in non-potable applications such as turf irrigation and industrial processes. These uses allow us to match the right type of water to the right purpose. Today, the City of Casa Grande has several effluent purchase agreements that allow for the direct delivery of reclaimed water, with 2 currently active. One of those serves Dave White Municipal Golf Course, which the city owns and operates. Reclaimed water is used there specifically for turf irrigation, averaging between 520 and 550 acre-feet per year. And we anticipate that level will continue. The Desert Basin Generation Plant is delivered approximately 1,500 acre-feet of effluent each year for use in their steam generators and turbines. Another important step in our water planning occurred in 2021, when the city allocated 1,370 acre-feet of long-term storage credits for our designation of assured water supply. These credits are created when the treated water is stored underground for future use, helping strengthen the city's long-term, reliable water resources. Looking ahead, we're seeing both new opportunities and new challenges. 2 industrial customers have recently requested direct use of reclaimed water, totaling about 2,000 acre-feet per year. And residential developers are also seeking long-term storage credits to support their future projects. As we plan for the future, the city must carefully balance existing uses with growing demand. Through the ADAS program, we are working to better understand our options, evaluate different allocation strategies, and support sustainable growth.
Thank you both. When infrastructure is strong, everything else works better. When it fails behind, everything else feels the strain. That is why last May, your City Council made a deliberate and strategic financial decision. We voted to reduce the city's fund balance reserve from 50% to 30%. This was not a casual choice. It was the result of careful financial analysis, conservative forecasting, and confidence in our fiscal stability. That adjustment allowed us to increase our capital improvement program by an additional $15 million, funding that is going directly back into infrastructure projects across Casa Grande. Several critical roadway improvements are included. We are completing O'Neill Drive from Pueblo to Peart Road, a $2.2 million investment that improves both safety and traffic flow. Colorado Road from Cottonwood Lane to O'Neill Drive will undergo a $3.55 million in improvements, strengthening an important east-west corridor. In coordination with ADOT, the traffic signal addition at Hacienda Road and Florence Boulevard, an estimated cost of $1.5 million. Several other projects have also been identified. We are investing $500,000 in our roadway signage program to improve visibility and consistency across the city. Improvements at Mission Parkway and Colorado Lane, a $1 million project, will address operational and capacity concerns in a growing area. And we will complete improvements to Courtson Road from Colorado Road to Peart Road, a $2.5 million investment in long-term corridor reliability. These projects are not isolated fixes. They are coordinated investments designed to strengthen our transportation network. At the neighborhood level, we completed targeted roadway improvements in the Casa Grande Lake subdivision to enhance safety and long-term durability. We also continue to prioritize pavement preservation, one of the most fiscally responsible strategies available to us. Preventive maintenance extends roadway life and protects taxpayer investment. In 2024, we resurfaced 17.75 miles of roadway. In 2025, we resurfaced 26.5 miles, a significant increase in proactive maintenance that reduces the likelihood of costly reconstruction later. Last year, we completed the reconstruction of Trekell Road from Rodeo Road to McCartney. You guys gotta love it right outside, right? Let's all cheer for the Trekell Road improvement, right? It's been great. That project has already improved traffic flow right outside here and safety, particularly for students and families in this area. Now we are advancing one of the most important transportation projects tied to the growth corridors, McCartney Road. We will reconstruct McCartney Road from Pinal Avenue to include 2 lanes in each direction to Interstate 10 to facilitate residential and commercial development in the area. Construction efforts will begin this month, and you may even see surveying going on over here this week. This 2-year project, please be patient, ensures infrastructure keeps pace with development. And speaking of Interstate 10, one of Arizona's most vital economic corridors, ADOT's long-awaited I-10 corridor improvements are underway. I know. This $268 million project will add a general-purpose lane in both eastbound and westbound directions across the 26-mile stretch between Phoenix and Tucson. Once complete, there will be 3 continuous lanes in each direction. These improvements strengthen Casa Grande's regional connectivity and reinforce our position along one of the most significant transportation corridors in the Southwest. Infrastructure, however, is not only about vehicles and freight movement. It's also about how residents move within their communities and neighborhoods. Through our Parks and Recreation Master Plan, we conducted a connectivity analysis to build a more cohesive and accessible trail network. We identified missing shared use path segments, the gaps that interrupt continuity. We prioritized projects that provide the greatest community benefit, and we focused on strengthening connections in the core of our city. One example is the new trail that will be under construction this year at Ed Hooper Park. Beginning near the dog park and extending to Rodeo Road, this segment will be completed by the end of 2026. Ultimately, it will connect south of Rodeo Road and extend east along the Santa Cruz Wash to the Rotary Park trailhead. Trail connectivity requires phased investments and long-term planning, but each segment brings us closer to a city where residents can walk, bike, and connect neighborhoods in healthier and more sustainable ways. And then there's water, the most essential infrastructure of all. Casa Grande has sufficient water supplies to serve our residents for the next 100 years. That assurance is grounded in planning, portfolio diversification, and long-term water management strategies. But living in the desert demands vigilance. That is why I joined the Coalition for Protecting Arizona's Lifeline, a bipartisan group of mayors advocating to safeguard Arizona's Colorado River allocation and strengthen the Central Arizona Project. Regional collaboration is essential in long-term water security. Two programs will significantly strengthen our position here in Casa Grande. The first is the designation of assured water supply through the ADAWS program. Under this program, our local water provider, Arizona Water Company, can secure a designation confirming they possess a 100-year supply for their entire service area. Developers can then rely on that designation, streamlining responsible growth while maintaining sustainability standards. In fact, I am happy to report, after years of working on this, over a decade, Arizona Water Company has received their designation from the Arizona Department of Water Resources. Today, Governor Hobbs was in Casa Grande this morning for a signing ceremony marking an historic milestone in providing water security for the community of Casa Grande. This is, I know, it's great. And I have it right here. This is gold for many people, the developers, our industrial partners, our home builders, and the citizens of Casa Grande. So we're super proud. This is a meaningful shift from the previous framework, which effectively capped Casa Grande's subdivided lot capacity and constrained long-term planning. This will support residential development. ADAWS provides a responsible and sustainable pathway forward. The second development is the Ag to Urban Groundwater Conservation Program, established through Senate Bill 1611. This bipartisan legislation allows farmers voluntarily to retire irrigated farmland in exchange for groundwater savings credits. Developers may then use those credits to meet 100-year water supply requirements. The result is dual benefit: conservation of groundwater and responsible housing development. Conservation standards, including limits on turf and certain water features, ensure long-term sustainability. Together with ADAWS and Ag to Urban, give Casa Grande practical, policy-driven tools to grow responsibly while protecting our most critical resource. Infrastructure is foundational, but what it ultimately supports are safe neighborhoods, economic opportunity, mobility, recreation, and quality of life. That's what defines our community. When we invest strategically in infrastructure, we are not only building roads or managing water, we are building capacity for the future of Casa Grande. Quality of life makes the city more than a dot on a map. It determines whether families choose to stay, whether businesses invest with confidence, or whether future generations see opportunity here. It begins with housing. Last year, Casa Grande issued 165 new single-family residential permits. That number is low and lower than in previous years, but it reflects the broader statewide trends. Rising mortgage rates, increased construction costs, labor shortages, and supply chain delays have slowed housing production across Arizona. But housing in Casa Grande is not defined by single-family development alone. Over the past year, multiple multifamily communities, including traditional apartments and build-to-rent projects, have been completed. 8 additional multifamily developments are currently under construction and expected to come online within the next 2 years. These units are not incidental, they are essential. We anticipate approximately 1,000 new jobs in Casa Grande this year. Over the next 5 years, economic development opportunities can generate as many as 3,000 additional jobs. That kind of growth requires housing options across a range of price points. A balanced housing inventory stabilizes pricing pressures on single-family homes. It provides options for working families, young professionals, students, and retirees seeking flexibility and lower maintenance. It ensures that economic growth translates into attainable opportunity. Housing stability also intersects with one of the most complex issues facing communities nationwide: homelessness. Casa Grande has felt those pressures. In response, the city implemented the urban camping ordinance beginning October 1st of last year. The purpose was straightforward: to ensure that parks, sidewalks, and public right-of-ways remain safe, clean, and accessible for everyone. This ordinance was never designed to criminalize homelessness. It was built on 3 pillars: accountability, compassion, and partnership. Accountability protects public health and safety. Compassion ensures outreach accompanies accountability, and partnerships expand access to services. Internally, code enforcement addressed sanitation and fire hazards. The Casa Grande Police Department deployed its crisis intervention team to assist individuals experiencing behavioral health challenges. And our homeless outreach team worked alongside nonprofits and faith-based organizations to connect individuals with shelter, food resources, and transitional housing. With Arizona Proposition 312 taking effect in 2025, allowing property owners to seek reimbursement for public nuisance costs, proactive management of public spaces became even more important. Peart Park was temporarily closed for approximately 30 days to allow for cleanup and preparation for our major community events. When it reopened, it was safe and ready for families again. But ordinances alone do not solve homelessness. That's why we partnered with community stakeholders and nonprofits. This group is continuing to develop homelessness strategic plans grounded in a clear principle: homelessness in Casa Grande should be rare, brief, and non-reoccurring. This plan will coordinate local and regional partners into a unified system of response. It will expand access to supportive housing. It will prioritize prevention. It will rely on measurable data and accountability. We recognize the challenges: rising housing costs, limited affordable units, and increasing demand for behavioral health services. But we also recognize our strengths. The CG Helps Resource Center, operated by CARA, is supported by a strong network of local nonprofits right here in this city and churches dedicated to serving our most vulnerable residents. We are also proud to have established the Unsheltered Person Action Committee prior to implementing our ordinance. This group has played a vital role to identifying both immediate and long-term strategies to address homelessness. So in partnership with local nonprofits and hotels, the network is actively working to launch a transitional living program for individuals experiencing homelessness and is pursuing grant opportunities to support this effort. The city remains committed to coordinated, sustainable, long-term solutions. On November 4th, 2025, Casa Grande voters approved a $67 million general obligation bond. This was not a top-down initiative. It was driven by residents. a grassroots campaign rooted in community pride. The Play It Forward PAC demonstrated civic engagement at its best. Volunteers built consistent messaging, hosted information tables, phone banked, and knocked on hundreds of doors. Their efforts made the difference. I want to acknowledge the Play It Forward group, and please stand, Mindy McWhorter and Melissa Yos-Fuentes and that team, Jonathan Cooper, all of you guys, please stand and please recognize this amazing group for being here. Thank you, and they had a big group working. So we know they're probably at baseball practice and Little League and everything else. But no, we sincerely appreciate the time and dedication that you made for this effort. This bond represents a direct investment in recreation, health, and community connection. At Ed Hooper Park, we will construct lighted baseball and softball fields to expand youth and adult league opportunities and attract regional tournaments. We will develop multi-purpose sports and event fields designed for flexible multi-sports use, increasing capacity for tournaments, leagues, and special events. And we will move forward with the new year-round aquatic center, an aquatic complex featuring a heated recreational and competitive swimming pool. These projects are not simply amenities. They are investments in youth development, public health, and intergenerational gathering spaces. They create places where families build memories and neighbors build relationships. The timeline is already underway. In December of last year, procurement processes were established and a project manager was hired. In early 2026, designers will be selected and facility programming will begin. By mid-2026, contractors will be chosen and long lead materials secured. Community engagement will also remain part of the design processes to ensure these facilities reflect residents' priorities. The final designs are expected in early 2027, with construction beginning in the second quarter of 2027. So again, I know Mindy and Melissa are going to be on us on this, so we will keep to that timeline. So now we will hear from council members Anthony Edwards and Rebecca Romo as they share insights into our existing recreational amenities and a glimpse into the bond.
In Casa Grande, the places we play help define who we are as a community. They carry the history of our city, reflect our values today, and shape the experiences available to the next generation. For our youth, sports play a critical role in development. Our sports fields have been part of Casa Grande for decades, hosting first practices, weekend and championship games, and more importantly, the moments in between where teamwork and lifelong friendships are formed. Today, these fields are more popular than ever, supporting 14 leagues across soccer, baseball, softball, and football. Last year, 112 different groups reserved city fields, a clear reflection of both the demand for sports and the value families place on these programs. Some people only see turf and lights, but these are environments where young people grow, where life skills are learned, and where dreams begin.
First impressions matter, and the entryway to the Paul Mason Sportsplex is the first thing visitors see when they arrive at our fields. It sets a tone for the experience that follows and for how people perceive Casa Grande. Families, athletes, and spectators come from across Arizona to use these facilities, and in 2025, we hosted 15 tournaments, welcoming thousands of visitors to our community. Beautification projects like improved entryways and monument signage reinforce our community identity. They signal that Casa Grande values its public spaces and the people who use them. whether they are local families attending a weekend game or visitors experiencing our city for the first time.
And that's where the possibilities come in. The Recreation Bond will facilitate strategic investments today by increasing programming opportunities for the entire community. It will also fund multi-purpose fields and new lighted softball and baseball fields, showing Casa Grande to host more special events, youth and adult tournaments, and athletic clinics, enhancing recreation opportunities and quality of life citywide.
Some of our most meaningful investments are the ones that connect generations. The Palm Island Family Aquatic Center has served Casa Grande for more than 30 years and remains the only public aquatic facility for a community of nearly 70,000 residents. For decades, it's been a place where children learn to swim and where families gather during the summer months. Last year, the city provided swimming lessons to over 3,300 children, and demand continues to increase each year. Today, the pool operates at full capacity, supporting youth programs, recreational swimmers, and high school swim teams, often with little flexibility to meet additional demand. That level of use speaks to both the success of the Palm Island Aquatic Center and the growing needs of our community. With the passage of the Recreation Bond last year, Casa Grande will be able to plan for the future by expanding to 2 public pools. This investment will allow us to serve more residents and ensure access for future generations.
From ball fields to pools to parks and open spaces.
From the memories of our past to the successes of our present,
to the possibilities we're building together.
Casa Grande is investing in quality of life.
Because the best cities are the ones where people live, grow, and play.
Good job, thank you. Quality of life does not happen by accident. It requires balanced housing strategies. It requires thoughtful public policy. It requires coordinated partnerships. And it requires bold investments that reflect community values. Through these efforts, Casa Grande is building stability. We are building connection, and we are building opportunity. That is the quality of life we are committed to delivering for today's residents and for generations to come. Our second Hometown Legacy Award gives us pause to reflect on quality of life and honor a man who helped shape it. A man whose impact on Casa Grande extends far beyond A man whose impact on Casa Grande extends far beyond wins and losses, though he had his share of both. From 1979 to 1985, Coach John Kashner led the Casa Grande Union High School football program. When he arrived, our team here faced long odds, competing against much larger schools from Phoenix and Tucson. Many saw limitations. Coach Kashner saw potential. Over 7 seasons, his teams earned hard-fought victories, and in 1985, a playoff appearance that reminded this community what was possible. But if you ask the young men who played for him, they will tell you he had phone calls, visited college programs, and mailed 8mm game film to showcase his players' talent. Whether a young man was bound for a major university or simply seeking an opportunity to earn a degree, Coach fought for each one. Under his leadership, Casa Grande athletes earned scholarships to Arizona, New Mexico Highlands, Northern Arizona, San Diego State, West Virginia, and even in the Ivy Leagues at Columbia University. Many earned degrees, and 2 went on to play in the NFL. I wonder who that is, Anthony. His legacy lives on in the halls of this high school and in the lives he helped shape. After leaving Casa Grande Union, Coach continued coaching and serving in administrative roles, and he owned a sports apparel business here in town. No matter where he was, his mission remained the same: open doors for young people. In retirement, he returned to Casa Grande to serve again, this time as interim athletic director at Vista Grande High School during a period of uncertainty. He stepped in without hesitation and provided steady leadership when it was needed most. He was also relentless, let me tell you, relentless in advocating for youth sports facilities in our city. He pushed for gym space, more fields, more opportunities. He met with myself, Councilmember Herman was there, and many city leaders repeatedly, and always focused on the kids. Tragically, he passed away following one of those meetings, still doing what he had always done, fighting for young people. Last year, he stood before the city council to support the recreation bond, a bond designed to invest in the very facilities he believed our community needed. That bond passed. He would be so proud. The people of Casa Grande said yes to our youth and yes to the future. Coach Kashner's legacy is not confined to record books. It lives in college diplomas earned. It lives in redirected and in the character of the men he mentored. And soon it will live in the fields and facilities that will serve generations of Casa Grande families. Coach believed in our kids. He believed in this community, and he helped shape both. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me tonight in welcoming Michelle Mikulik and Amy Kashner as we present them with the key to the city in honor of our hometown hero, Coach John Kashner. Oh, God, sorry, I know I got There you go, Amy. If you want to come over, Michelle. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Public safety is the foundation of community confidence. Without it, neighborhoods struggle, businesses hesitate, and families question their future. With it, cities flourish. In 2025, we celebrated the opening of Fire Station 503, a major milestone for both the Casa Grande Fire Department and our community. This $12.7 million, 14,000 square foot facility replaces temporary quarters that had been in use since 2020. For several years, our firefighters operated without a permanent home base. They did so professionally and without hesitation. Now they have a modern facility built to support the demands of a growing city. Fire Station 503 was designed with operational readiness in mind, from updated apparatus bays that accommodate modern equipment to living quarters constructed to national best practice standards for firefighter health and safety. It is a long-term investment in emergency response capacity, resilience, and protection for decades to come. Public safety is not defined solely by the buildings we construct, but by the strategies and innovations that strengthen how we serve. Now we will hear from Councilmember Matt Herman and Councilmember Bob Huddleston as they tell us about some big impacts on public safety.
In the past, our public safety facilities were built to meet the needs of a much smaller community with far fewer calls for service. As Casa Grande has grown, these demands have increased significantly. The original Fire Station 501 was built in 1955, when our population was around 5,000 residents. While it has served the city for decades, it was designed for a different era and no longer meets the needs of a modern fire department. I recently toured the fire station, and visually, it's not much different than a fraternity house, and not in a good way. Today, data shows that the Florence Boulevard corridor from Cottonwood Lane to Jimmy Kerr Boulevard is one of the busiest in the city. It is where the greatest concentration of calls occurs and where response time matters most. Planning responsibly means using data to guide decisions that affect public safety. City Council and staff are currently evaluating sites that include the City Hall campus along Florence Boulevard. The city has currently allocated $7 million in funding through development impact fees and general fund revenues. We anticipate allocating the remaining funds needed to fully finance and construct a new fire station at a strategic location, one that represents the highest and best use of the site and serves the greatest number of residents. This proposed fire station will house 2 crews, about 10 firefighters, and include an ambulance bay, significantly strengthening our emergency response along this high-demand corridor. If the City Hall campus is selected, several underutilized facilities would be demolished to allow the site to be used more efficiently to meet current growth demands while preserving the ability to add future government facilities within the existing footprint. Importantly, any new construction would reflect the historic City Hall design, incorporating its distinctive archway facade to honor the city's architectural heritage while supporting a modern public safety mission. The need for investment is clear. In 2025, Casa Grande Fire responded to over 13,000 calls, including 4,599 ambulance transports. On the interior, Station 501 will have similar amenities to new Station 503, with the biohazard room, large kitchen and fitness area designed to support the health, readiness, and effectiveness of our crews. As Casa Grande is projected to grow by over 4% over the next 5 years, the demands on our public safety professionals will only increase. Today, 88 frontline personnel protect this community. This project reflects our commitment to faster response times, thoughtful design, and a safer Casa Grande.
Casa Grande, like many growing cities, faces challenges related to traffic safety, impaired driving, and crime in high-impact areas like Pinal Avenue. As our community grows, so does the need for a more proactive, strategic approach to enforcement, one that focuses on responding to and preventing incidents. Today, the Casa Grande Police Department is meeting that challenge through targeted, data-driven enforcement operations designed to keep our neighborhoods safe and our roadways secure. In 2025, the department conducted multiple focused efforts addressing DUI, reckless driving, illegal street racing, traffic safety, and crime suppression. In the spring, Operation Wheels of Fire, deployments targeted impaired and reckless driving tied to large vehicle gatherings. These operations disrupted dangerous behavior, resulted in numerous arrests, and produced 47 citations. Officers also utilized drones and air support to improve safety and effectiveness in the field. Our police department also carried out traffic safety details throughout the year, including seatbelt enforcement, back-to-school patrols, and general traffic enforcement. These efforts focused on prevention and protecting families in school zones and around busy corridors. Throughout these details, officers conducted hundreds of traffic stops and issued 462 citations for violations such as distracted driving, suspended licenses, and lack of insurance. Focused crime suppression efforts, including Operation Safe Streets and a high crime and narcotics detail in November, led to dozens of arrests, the recovery of firearms and a stolen vehicle, and the seizure of significant quantities of methamphetamine and fentanyl. These operations also resulted in 67 citations and directly removed dangerous weapons and drugs from our community. Altogether, 576 traffic-related citations were issued in 2025 through these targeted operations, each one aimed at correcting unsafe behavior and preventing more serious harm. Looking to the possibilities ahead, these efforts reflect a continued commitment to proactive policing, accountability, and community safety. By using data, technology, and strategic deployment, Our police department is not only addressing today's challenges, but helping build a safe future for our residents.
Thank you both for the video. Through our newly established Safe Cities initiative, the Casa Grande Police Department is enhancing safety through responsible technology deployment. Safe cities are prosperous cities. When neighborhoods feel secure, families feel confident. When businesses see stability, they invest. Safety and economic vitality are directly connected. The Safe Cities initiative focuses on clear outcomes, preventing crime, improving response times, solving cases efficiently, and ensuring accountability through data-driven oversight. We have deployed license plate reader technology to identify stolen or suspect vehicles associated with criminal activities. These tools are not used to track individuals and operate within strict policy guidelines. Pan-tilt zoom cameras provide situational awareness during active incidents and are operated only by trained personnel. Our drone, as first responder program, allows officers to assess emergency situations from the air before arrival, improving both officer and public safety. And gunshot detection technology enables rapid identification of gunfire locations to accelerate response. It does not record conversations. Its sole purpose is to direct gunshot activity. All these systems operate within a secure, integrated platform with established oversight protocols. Transparency remains central. In early spring, we will launch our transparency portal, which allows residents to understand how these technologies function, how data is managed, and what privacy safeguards exist. We provide measurable results like vehicles recovered, cases solved, and response times improved. When safety improves, the city moves forward. That momentum extends into our economy. On to business retention and expansion. They remain the top priorities. In 2025, the Chamber of Commerce hosted 17 ribbon cuttings, tangible evidence of investment and job creation. At the Casa Grande Marketplace, or as some of us know it, the old Casa Grande Mall, meaningful progress continues. Hobby Lobby is open and performs well. EOS Fitness has opened, adding another community amenity. Additional tenants, including One Stop Nutrition, Regis Flex Office Space, and Lamage Salon Suites, are moving forward with more announcements anticipated. And at the Promenade Mall, leasing momentum is strong. The Target sign is up, and the store is looking forward to its 130,000 square foot opening. The Promenade management team anticipates full occupancy of the mall this year. We have heard clearly from residents who want expanded retail, grocery, and entertainment options, and we are responding. You can move. We are also diversifying our dining options with Applebee's and Wiener Schnitzel, currently in the planning stages, and some really big news, Sprouts Grocery has committed. Wow. Hear that, Larry? That's what they're all excited about. No, they're definitely, we're super excited and working with Sprouts. So additional companies are evaluating Casa Grande, though some remain confidential during early negotiations, so we can't share some of that today. Hospitality is expanding as well. We are looking forward to the new Fairfield Inn and Town Place Suites by Marriott opening this spring. The Fairfield Inn will have 63 rooms, and in the Town Place Suites, an extended stay experience will have 72 rooms for a total of 145 rooms. Hilton will also increase its footprint with both Home to Suites and a Hampton Inn east of the Mission Parkway. And in healthcare, who can miss the brand new Sun Life Health Building, which will open their facility on Florence Boulevard in the fall of this year. Our industrial sector continues to expand as well, with Canto and Chlorum Solutions currently in the planning stages. Casa Grande is strategically positioned to support semiconductor manufacturing, particularly given our proximity to the TSMC and other chip manufacturers. This location advantage strengthens our role in the semiconductor supply chain and reinforces our position as a hub for advanced manufacturing, two industries experiencing significant growth. Additionally, planned rail infrastructure expansion on the west side will be a game changer for the industrial corridor. This investment will enhance logistics capacity and serve as a catalyst for attracting additional companies in the area. Casa Grande has a deep-rooted mining heritage, and Arizona remains the nation's leading copper producer. The proposed Arizona Sonoran Copper, or Cactus Mine, and Ivanhoe Electric Mine will provide copper cathode, refined copper metal manufactured on-site without the need for off-site smelting. This process allows the finished product to be sold directly to American industry at the mine gate, strengthening the domestic supply chain at a time of rapidly increasing U.S. demand. And we just learned of Hud Bay Minerals' acquisition of Arizona Sonoran Copper, which brings a mining operator to our community. The Casa Grande projects are expected to create hundreds of construction jobs and sustain long-term operational positions while generating significant tax revenue and supporting infrastructure improvements across our region. Copper is an essential material for emerging technologies and infrastructure, from electric vehicles to data centers, and plays a critical role in expanding local industries such as semiconductor manufacturing and defense production. These investments reflect confidence in Casa Grande's growing trajectory, workforce, and regional position. Strong economic growth, however, must be matched with strong fiscal discipline. Casa Grande remains firmly committed to financial transparency, accountability, and the responsible stewardship of taxpayer dollars, and we are all proud of the strong financial position we continue to maintain. Over the past 5 years, net assessed property values have risen significantly, reflecting sustained private investment and long-term confidence in our community. We have witnessed major redevelopment efforts along Florence Boulevard at the former Casa Grande Mall, as well as transformative reinvestment in downtown at what is now called the Terminal. These projects signal both renewal and forward momentum. Average household incomes have also increased, an important indicator of a strong local economy and growing prosperity for our residents. Our proposed fiscal year 2026 capital improvement plan represents more than $240 million in targeted investment in infrastructure, public safety enhancements, and roadway improvements. At the same time, our operational budget reflects expanded levels across the organizations, ensuring that growth is matched with capacity. We are once again honored to receive the National Recognition for Excellence in Financial Reporting and Budget Presentation, affirmations of our commitment to transparency and best practices in municipal finance. Historically rooted in agriculture, Casa Grande has evolved into a diversified economic center within Pinal County. Today, manufacturing, logistics, healthcare, retail, and professional services all contribute to a balanced and resilient economy positioned for long-term stability. So what does it mean for our residents? It means your city is safe, it means your economy is growing, and it means your finances are managed responsibly. Public safety, economic vitality, and fiscal health are not separate priorities. They reinforce one another. When we protect our community, businesses invest. When businesses invest, revenues grow. When net revenues grow, we can reinvest in infrastructure, services, and quality of life. That is how sustainable cities are built. So as we come to the close of tonight's address, I want to step back and reflect on what all of this means. We are not simply reviewing projects, permits, budgets, or timelines. We are witnessing momentum. We are seeing the results of careful planning, strong leadership, and a community that believes in itself. We are a community on the rise, from new housing options that support families at every stage of life, to expanded recreational opportunities that bring neighbors together, from strategic infrastructure investments that prepare us for growth, to smart and responsible water policy that protects our future. Casa Grande is laying the groundwork for growth and for long-term prosperity. And that matters. It matters because growth without planning creates strain. Growth without vision creates uncertainty. But growth without purpose creates opportunity. We are building a city where young families can put down roots, a city where businesses see stability and choose to invest, a city where public safety remains strong and responsive, a city where parks, trails, and community spaces bring generations together, a city that balances compassion with accountability, a city that plans not just for today, but for the next 5, 10, and 20 years. None of this happens by accident. It happens because residents show up, because volunteers knock on doors, because business owners take risks, because public servants dedicate themselves to excellence, because neighbors care about one another. That is the spirit of Casa Grande. Together, we are writing the next chapter for our city, and I cannot be more than optimistic about what lies ahead. But the best part of our story is not behind us, it is in front of us. Let us continue to dream big. Let us continue to work hard. Let us continue to collaborate, innovate, and lead. And most importantly, let's continue to show everyone the pride and promise of Casa Grande. Thank you, everyone, and thank you for being here tonight. Good night.